Jake, after an absence of many years, was returning to a city that seemed mired in darkness and hopelessness. The closer he got to his hometown, the clearer it became that something was wrong. The houses were abandoned, the windows broken, and the streets empty and forgotten. The atmosphere was filled with unknown secrets and hidden dangers. Jake surmised that his ancestors might be behind the chaos and pain pervading the town, so he determinedly set out to investigate the history of his family and the source of the curse that had come upon the town. He delved into archives and forgotten documents, hoping to find the key to the mystery. Along with local researchers and elders, he unearthed dark family secrets. With each document read, each archive traversed, Jake learned more about his ancestors. His family was deeply connected to witchcraft and black magic. In search of power and wealth, his ancestors had devoted their souls to dark forces, attracting sinister spirits and demons to the city. With each new discovery, Jake realized that only he could stop the curse that hovered over the city. He realized that to do so he would have to find the source of the evil and fight it one-on-one, answering for the deeds of his ancestors. Wandering in the labyrinths of the past, he discovered ancient rituals and spells that led him to an alternate world, the Valley of Shadows, inhabited by sinister creatures that feed on fear and despair. In this world, Jake had to go through dangerous and dark mazes, experience his own fears, and do whatever he could to save his city. Darkness and nightmares lurked all around him, but Jake was determined and unyielding in his goal. He used his wisdom, strength, and will to overcome every obstacle in his path. When faced with monsters and demons, Jake did not let them break his resolve. He fought them with all his skills and strength. With each victory, each broken obstacle, Jake grew stronger. He felt a source of light and hope awakening within him, capable of defeating the darkest evil. He found that his true strength lay not only in his abilities, but also in his faith in himself and in his purpose. Finally, after many trials and battles, Jake reached the depths of the Valley of Shadows. There, in the darkness, he discovered the source of the curse. It turned out that his family must atone for their sins and end the black magic in order for the curse to be broken. Jake took on this mission and resolved to overcome all obstacles to cleanse his family and save his city. With all the powers of light he had accumulated, Jake broke the curse with the power of love and hope. Suddenly, the city began to be cleansed of evil. The gloomy shadows dissipated and the frightening visions were gone, giving the inhabitants a chance to return to normal life. Jake was a hero who brought peace and salvation to his family in town. However, at the last moment before he left, he felt a strange presence, as if evil had not yet been completely defeated. He realized that his mission was not over. A few years later, Jake received a disturbing report of a new curse that was ravaging a neighboring town. He realized that his power and knowledge were once again needed to save people from the horrors that plagued them. Traveling to the Valley of Shadows, Jake was ready to face new dangers and face the evil he had not yet conquered. He immersed himself in dark research, expanding his knowledge of magic and ancient rituals. Jake gathered around him a team of brave companions, dedicated fighters against evil like himself. Together they explored abandoned ruins, ancient shrines, and dark woods, searching for the source of a new curse. Their path was strewn with danger. Undead creatures and evil spirits were blocking their way, trying to crush their spirits and possess their powers. But Jake and his team did not give up. They used all their skills, magical artifacts, and the power of friendship to resist evil. During their adventures, they discovered the ancient legend of the Eternal Lily, a plant that could break the curse and bring light and joy back into the world. This artifact became the key to saving the city and stopping a new curse. Jake and his companions fought dangers and overcame every challenge along the way to find the Eternal Lily. They fought the guardians of the legendary plant, overcame deadly traps, and risked their lives to reach their goal. Finally, they found the Eternal Lily, radiant in its beauty and magical power. Jake took it in his hands, feeling the lightness and purity of this powerful artifact. The forces of evil that ravaged the city tried to resist, but before the power of the eternal lily, they dissipated like ashes in the wind. A luminous glow enveloped the city, and the inhabitants felt their heavy burdens finally lifted. Jake and his companions returned to the city, carrying the eternal lily, a symbol of hope and overcoming darkness. They gathered all the citizens in the main square to celebrate their victory over evil. People gathered around Jake, admiring his courage and determination. In the center of the square, Jake raised the eternal lily above his head, emitting a bright light from it. He spoke words of healing and hope, urging the townspeople to forget fear and curses, restoring peace and harmony. Suddenly, the presence of evil was felt again. A dark figure appeared in the distance, framed by clouds and swirls of darkness. It was the Lord of Shadows, an ancient demon whose malice came from the origins of all curses. He was displeased that Jake was able to break the curse and bring light back into the world. Jake and his companions formed a protective circle around the eternal lily, preparing for the final battle. The Shadow Lord attacked them with fury and power, trying to consume the light and plunge the world into darkness. But Jake did not give up. He used his strength and skills to fight the Shadow Lord. He felt a source of deeper magic and power awaken within him, love and compassion. With this emotion he struck, protecting his companions and guarding the eternal lily. Finally, after a fierce battle, Jake managed to cut off the last source of evil that kept the Shadow Lord chained to his darkness. The Shadow Lord vanished, scattered in a swirl of darkness that slowly vanished from the city. The townspeople looked at Jake with gratitude and admiration. He had saved them from the curse and brought them back light and hope. Jake stood there, covered in dust and wounds, but with pride and satisfaction on his face. His mission was accomplished, and the city was alive again with the bright colors of life. The following days were devoted to rebuilding and reuniting the city. People were rebuilding their homes, reuniting with their families, and building a new future. Jake became a symbol of hope and the savior of the city. His story crossed the mouths of residents, and his name became synonymous with courage and determination. Jake understood, however, that his work was not finished. There are many more cities, many more worlds, haunted by evil and curses. He realized that his path was to fight the darkness and protect the innocent. Thus began a new chapter in Jake's life. He set out on new wanderings, engaging in battles with evil and breaking curses wherever they appeared. He became the guardian of light and hope who guarded the world from the invasion of darkness. The story of Jake, savior of the city and fighter against evil, lived on in the hearts of the townsfolk. He became a legend, and his story was passed down from generation to generation. Memories of his valor and courage came alive every time the town faced dark forces. And so, Jake continued his never-ending fight against evil, celebrated as a hero and a symbol of hope in the never-ending struggle between light and darkness.